We have pictures flying up. People are just putting up
Photoshop.
People are random news. We don't know what's real anymore.
It's bad.
We don't know what's true. I don't know what to believe. I'm just like, I don't know. Let's just wait and see. This is craziness. I have no clue what to believe anymore.
We just gotta get through. We just gotta get through the end of the year.
So I'm like, is this how it's gonna be? Is this what's gonna happen now forever?
No. This is the.
Is it just because of Marvel?
Yes, 1,000%. These are the Marvel. crazed fans.
This is Marvel's doing
this. This is like Kardashian fan level bad.
I know.
Like that blow everything out of proportion. Just absolute chaos.
And I just feel like someone is there that's just like, you know what? I'm just going to set the world on fire.
Yeah,
and someone's like, why?
Sitting behind a screen and it's like a silhouette of them with their 9 monitors like doing this.
And then like at the very end of the movie, you're like, why'd you do it? And he's like, because I wanted to. And you're like, he's evil.
Yeah.
Evil. And that's what's happening right now.
And it's getting worse. I know. It's getting worse with every passing day.
Yeah, I was going to say, as it gets closer and closer. Day.
So, but we're not there yet. That's just
I know.
So I'm not worried about
all this Marvel news is crazy. So I don't know what to make of all the Spider-Man No Way Home leaks and all that good stuff, right? I'm trying to stay away from it as much as possible.
Yeah, that's the right thing to do.
One thing we know happened for sure, we saw Eternals.
Yep.
That's a real thing. That was a real thing that happened. Went out, saw Eternals.
On the big screen?
On the big screen. Yeah. It was good. It was good to get out. It was good to be there. Yeah, I enjoy it. I was enjoying myself out in the theaters. And we talked about Eternals. It was like the 3rd or 4th episode where we're talking about Eternals at some point in the show. And I think we had expectations going in of what this movie was going to be like, right? Mm-hmm. We kind of knew. We had a feeling, especially when critics started reviewing it, what we were in for.
Yeah.
So we try to go in with a clean mind. I want to know what you thought.
I did.
Did you get there? Did you get there before you went in?
Yeah, I'm like, I just wiped everything out.
All right.
So, man, this is heavy.
I know.
I'm like, this is heavy. Tears might even fall. No.
All right. I'm here for it.
So it took, 6-7 days after I saw it to be at peace.
Okay.
To understand.
All right.
So I want to preface a few things first.
Okay. All right.
I've only seen this movie one time.
Okay.
I haven't seen it a million times.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to give things a second look, to go over things that I may have missed, didn't understand. I've only seen it the one time.
All right.
I didn't know anything about Eternals. I didn't read the comics. I don't know anything.
I don't know if there's much
other than what I found out the past year about Eternals. I still didn't go pick up a comic or read anything about them. The only thing I know is a 2-hour and 40-minute movie that I saw in them.
Okay.
That's all I got. So I can't claim to be a big fan or anything. I also want to say I'm not a film expert. I'm not a pro with this.
Yeah.
I can't claim to know everything. All I can do is say, hey, I saw a movie and these are my thoughts.
Absolutely.
So I can break it down into 2 categories.
All right.
So I'm going to break it down to what the film, from a film standpoint.
Okay.
The cinematography, the blah, 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 the boring crap.
All right.
Then, like as a superhero movie fan.
Oh.
Because there's like 2 sides of me.
Sure.
And there's a kid that is a fan of superheroes and is like a little nerd.
Well,
and then there's the guy that's like, let me evaluate this movie and tell you what I thought about it.
I think that's fair also when you bring in like Academy Award directors and right, it's like on a technical level, we do have an expectation.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And then it's coming from a studio that's known for making good hero movies, so we also have an expectation from that side.
There's 100 things flying at this movie.
Yeah. Before you even see it.
Yeah, before you've even walked into it, before you even saw a trailer, there's 1,000 things flying at this movie.
Yeah.
So, like I said, 6-7 days after I saw it, I finally was able to settle in.
All right.
And kind of like understand
everything
that had happened. Because when I came out of this movie, I was furious.
Really?
I was angry. I was angry.
Oh yeah, you expressed you were making some noises.
I was angry. I was in the theater like.
Yeah, you were heavy breathing like, oh no, I don't like that.
I was like eating my candy like really fast. I was like, what is happening? So, but like I said, yeah, it took me some time to kind of relax a little.
Okay.
And I was super hard on this movie, and a lot of what I said I stand by.
Okay.
For me, after thinking about it, I have zero care or love for any of these characters.
Yeah.
Zero. I don't care about them. I don't like them. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like them.
Yeah. You don't care.
I just don't care about them.
Okay.
They gave me zero reason to care about them, to love them, to worship, to do anything with them. They didn't give me a reason to care about them. Yeah. One of the characters, and we don't have time to go into the deep philosophy of it. One of the characters stood in the corner and cried the whole movie. One of the most powerful, and this is the thing that I talked about, one of the most powerful, galactic, earth-shattering, universe-changing characters in the world sat in the corner of the movie and cried the whole time. And that was super sad. And there was a reason for it.
Sure.
I get it.
Sure.
You know, if someone's like, hey, you're going to forget everything you've ever known about yourself, I'd be sitting in the corner crying too. Yeah. But guess what? I'm not a universe-changing being. I don't have that kind of power.
Yeah.
And if it was for the good of the universe, I'd be like, all right, cool. I guess I guess that's what we have to do. I guess that's what my job is. I guess that's what my destiny is to do.
Dang.
It's to do what I'm told by my creator and not sit here and complain about it.
Nice.
So that was something that really, really bothered me.
All right.
But the biggest thing is the movie. It's a good movie. There's some beautiful stuff in this movie. There's some great scenery. There's some awesome costume design.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed some of the costume design. I enjoyed some of the colors.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to like. They shot on some awesome locations.
Oh, yeah.
Like some
beautiful
locations.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And none of that stuff was enough for me to like care about this movie.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. When a movie's well done, but...
It's like, it was good.
Yeah.
But like, that's not...
Yeah.
It's just, it was hard because, like, okay, cool. Give me some big epic battle to end this. Yeah. Just give me the classic, shoot 'em up, big bang thing at the end. Just give me that. Because if every superhero movie can do that, then fine. You got the big CGI mess at the end that we all love as fans.
Right.
And they're like,
that's why we're there.
They're like, no, let's do that, but send all the characters away. So some of them aren't even here. You know what? No. Let's kill some of them. Let's just put some tentacles, just poke them with some stuff and just kill them. So it was just frustrating for me because I had these expectations.
Yeah, of course.
Of like the most powerful, epic, earth-shattering beings that I've ever known. They created the world.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of
created. They're like everything. The whole course of human history, has been decided by these 10 people.
Like they've had a hand in it all.
They've had a hand in everything that we've done.
Yeah,
and you kill them with some tubes.
There's definitely a disconnect there.
I get it. I know there's a deeper... I only saw the movie once. Did you hear me say it at the beginning? I only saw this once. So I didn't get to evaluate everything.
Yeah, but should you have to? I mean, that's...
Should I have to watch this 5 times to know?
You know, it's like...
I love Gemma Chan. She was fun.
Yeah, she was.
She was great. She was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I liked Druig. Druig was my favorite.
Yeah.
I really liked him.
He was cool.
He was cool. I felt he was level-headed. He had an understanding. I did like a lot of their characters. They were cool characters. Gosh, and Speedster.
Yeah.
Makari.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I actually think very good.
Makari was crazy. Yo, when she was beating the
crap out of Icarus.
Hell out of Icarus on the beach, just like boom, 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 like so bad. I was like, that's cool.
It was actually one. Yeah.
I was like, look at this. I was like, she's a true speedster.
Right. I know. I thought that was so cool.
I was like, that whole thing on the beach was awesome.
Yeah. Even
her part on the beach was awesome.
Right.
I was like, she's a real true speedster, and that's cool to me.
Yeah, I agree.
And the movie's 2 hours 40 minutes. We can't break everything down.
It's
but
tough,
like at
man.
the end of the day, there's a lot of things that made this movie a good movie.
Yeah.
But for me as a fan, for me as a superhero fan, I don't give a rat's ass about any of these people, or if I ever see them again. And again, it's not a knock on the movie, but you gave me nothing.
Yeah.
Salma Hayek, like, awesome, dude. Yo, cool. We got Salma Hayek in here. No, kill her.
Yeah.
We don't need her. Kill her.
They did kill
her.
Some of these people.
You're gonna kill her? You're gonna what?
I know.
Like, you're gonna kill her? Come on. Like, that's awful.
Yeah.
And then for the greater purpose of the universe, I don't care. You could have killed Angelina Jolie. She didn't help anything.
No,
she helped nothing.
She was a crybaby.
She helped nothing.
Yeah.
And I know everyone will fight me and they'll defend it to the grave, and that's awesome. And the thing that I did like, and I'll close and then I'll let you go. The thing that I did love about this movie is it impacted some people in some great ways.
Yeah.
Some people are like, oh man, this changed the way I think about things. This like opened my eyes to superheroes in a different way. And that's awesome. I'm glad that people walked out of this movie and had a better understanding of the universe or how superheroes work or their role in society or in movies, whatever it is. It like impacted people the way an Iron Man, Captain America never could, because they just saw them as superhero action figure toys, whatever.
Right.
And this movie hit people.
Yeah.
In a great way, and that's so cool. Yeah. I as a superhero fan, because that's how I feel about all of them.
Yeah.
They hit me in a significant way that I can think about things. And for some people, first-time moviegoers, long-time MCU fans, it hit them that way. And that's great. I'm so glad for them. I don't want to take anything away from those people that finally got to have that. If someone came to me and was like, dude, you didn't love this, was so cool. And I'm like, dude, that's awesome for you. I'm glad you had that experience.
Sure.
That's great. That makes me excited as a fan because I felt that way before. I don't want to take that away from you.
Right.
But for me, couldn't give two licks of anything if I ever see any of these characters again.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
I really don't.
Yeah,
that's just how I feel.
I do think that for the most part, I do agree with you, and I think a big reason why it connects with people is probably similar to why I think I connect with Superman a lot, because a lot of these people, well, they're not people, they're celestials, right? Mm-hmm. So they're gods basically among us. And they have to learn how to be human. They have to learn how to live among the humans. And that's always an interesting study that filmmakers and writers have to do, because it's like, how do you make these grandiose beings that nobody can relate to whatsoever? Mm-hmm. How do you make them relatable? Yeah. Right? I can't relate to somebody flying or speeding or mind control. I can't relate to that. So how do I relate to them? Yeah. Because they're not even human. They're on the earth to, again, have just slowly help us advance. And again, they don't necessarily know what their purpose is, but it's actually to get the population up to a certain point. So there's enough energy in the world so they can create another celestial, right? And so how do you relate to them? Well, that's where you and it's an awesome moment in the movie when Ajak has them all together and she says, like, you guys need to go. You guys need to go and live among them, and you guys need to go and find yourselves. Yes. Right. And it's a beautiful, I think that's what's very relatable about the movie. In a concept,
these beings can be human.
Right.
Because at the end of it, they ended up wanting to save humanity.
Right. Yeah, because they fell in love with humanity on their time on Earth. I have an issue with the movie being 2 hours and 40 minutes and not telling us anything. Mm-hmm. And that's like my biggest gripe with this whole experience, is that for 2 hours and 40 minutes, you basically gave me like a pilot episode of a series. Yeah. Right. And I said it right when we walked out, and I'll echo it here. This should not have been a movie. Mm-hmm. This should have been an 8 It's a 10 episode miniseries. And what drives me crazy is that while they were writing the script, like even the way that they formatted the story lends itself to being a show, because they again are all together, right? And Ajax sets them apart and sets them free, essentially, right? There's your episode 1, but they have to then Gemma Chan and Icarus, I forget that guy's name.
Yeah.
So they have to go and collect them again, right? They have to go around and start collecting. And I'm like, how did you not see like episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, and then
you deal with everything along the way.
And I'm like, you could have easily had like it was laid out for you perfectly to make a miniseries that way.
Yeah.
And for 2 hours and 40 minutes, we sat in a movie theater and it was rushed, which is, again, a crazy thing to say for a long-ass movie.
Yeah,
but, man, there's too many characters. There's too much going on for it's so dense that hardly anything can get explained. And when something is happening on screen, they can't hold on it long enough for you to absorb it and enjoy it. They got to move on to the next thing. The bad guys in this movie.
Oh, they're so bad.
It's awful.
They're so. Can't even believe I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
and I can't
the deviants.
Yeah, the deviants are
terrible.
Because they serve no purpose in the long run of this whole movie. Zero. Like if you wrote them out of the movie, it wouldn't change much because they're not the actual bad guy. Icarus is the actual bad guy. And so I'm like, what? We don't even need these deviants. It was like a weird thing. It was a misdirect.
And they weren't even strong villains.
Yeah. They
posed zero threat.
They evolved.
Which was
and
all right.
Yeah, I know. Cool. Yeah. It was just a way for I really felt like the writers were intentionally misdirecting the audience so that we wouldn't see the Icarus reveal, and that was infuriating because it wasn't done well. Yeah. And I even said it would have made more sense if they needed the deviants at the end to defeat Icarus. Like if they were like, an enemy of my enemy is my friend, let's work together on this. But no, they didn't even use them for that. Angelina Jolie kills the main deviant, and then it's done, and then that's it. And then we never hear anything about it again, and then we just move on with our lives. And it was so frustrating to have been intentionally misled
the whole 2 hours.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't get and I get if it's a misdirect in the sense that we left clues for you along the way and you could have figured it out. And again, even though we introduced this character and they're not the actual bad guy, they're actually useful in the long run of the story. But I enjoyed not the story that was told, but I enjoy the world that we're in.
Yeah,
right. I enjoy the characters. Again, like you said, this movie's beautiful. This movie is actually filmed very well. This movie is actually
it looks great,
done well. It's just not enough time, and there's no investment in anything that's going on in the movie. And that's what's
frustrating is because you do have 10 awesome characters that you could get, and a lot of people did care about. Again, I didn't. Yeah. But there's 10 characters that you could have made awesome.
Oh yeah.
Universe-changing, powerful characters, but you didn't. And they're like, "Whoa, you're gonna have sequels and this." It's
no, that's not. Yeah,
but that's Why do you should have gotten me right now?
And
I want to go see a sequel.
But
I want to continue with this story.
And you're not going to explore any of that in the sequels. You're gonna keep moving on. Yeah. You're not gonna look back and be like, "Oh, let's make you care about these characters now." No, that's what the first movie was for, is to make me care about them.
Yes, exactly.
And of course, the issue is that there's a lot of them, right? So you can't. Again, that's why I'm saying I think a movie was the wrong format.
You could have picked one.
You could have had us care.
Cersei's is the one I did.
Yeah, Cersei is the main character.
Every scene.
Yeah, Cersei and Icarus are the main characters, right? And And I appreciate a lot of, like you were saying, the things that people can grapple onto. Like, I really like the Sprite story of, she is in, like, why is she made a child, right? So she's always felt like, so again, like, I'm making a lot of these assumptions, I guess, myself, because the movie's not necessarily telling us everything. But the idea that someone has made a child and is put on this earth, with a humanity that's not necessarily built for children.
Yeah.
She doesn't get to have the same fun. She doesn't get to have the same experiences
she's not
that everyone else.
She's not a child nor an adult.
Right. She's just like, so she's essentially spent 7,000 years hating every minute of being on Earth.
Yeah.
And that's such an interesting story in itself that they could have explored in a whole episode, where here Sprite is and just she's just conflicted with this humanity she was put on here to save, but yet she hates it every step of the way.
Yeah.
It's such an interesting story that you could have also explored. But it's told to us, but we're not really seeing any of that.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the thing. And again, because you can't. There's too many characters, right?
There's no time.
You can have that level of explanation for each and every one of these characters. And I really enjoyed a lot of what they dive into with Cersei. Yeah. But I'm like, I don't care about anybody. I don't care about anybody.
What's so frustrating is it's like you could they are cool.
I know. They are cool.
I want to see more from them.
Right.
I want to see what they're about. I want to explore their powers. I thought Angelina Jolie's powers were cool.
They're really cool.
Make armor come out and like is very, very cool.
Right. But they don't dive
and they use it, and that's it.
But even her whole issue, right, with dementia,
she caused more problems than she solved.
And I always hate that.
And that's okay to have like
a character like that,
that's
sure,
struggling with power, and they don't understand it. And like I get that, like I understand that they have to have something, the inner struggle that we all have,
right?
And she was the character that happened to have it.
Yeah.
She was the character that's like, I don't want to lose my memories. I don't want to do this.
Right.
But like, you're going to hurt the people around you because of that?
Yeah. So
you're
puts everyone else at risk.
that risk their life to protect you, in turn lost their life because of you.
Yeah.
That's not something a hero does.
Yeah. They would have sacrificed themselves.
They would have been like, they would have been the one that like, okay, I need to step in front of the bullet, so to speak, to protect you for what you did to me.
I can't believe Gilgamesh dies. Actually,
but when they got together, and he's like, "I'll watch over her." I'm like, this guy's dead.
Yeah,
because something's gonna happen, and she's gonna go ah, and then he's gonna die. And look what happened.
Yeah, but he's the hero,
and he's the hero. And again, I'm ragging on her a lot because I was extremely frustrated.
She is because
it's Angelina Jolie. Like you could have made her like, man. I mean,
it is frustrating to have a character, and you're right. They always have to have a character that sort of messes things up for everybody, right? Because if she just had her shit together, then everything would be fine. Which I get, when you're writing a story and you have an element that it's a catalyst for the catastrophe that is yet to come, and so you have to have her in there so bad things can happen. So we get an action scene.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm like, it's an interesting thing to have a hero have dementia, and how do you deal with that? How do you deal with it's an interesting thing to explore, but not in 5 minutes. Not in 5 minutes. And because you're right, all it comes across as is whiny.
And that's how I saw it, and that's why I stated everything I did at the beginning.
Yeah.
I didn't see this movie 6 times like people did. I have to go to work every day. I don't have time to analyze it and read and like look into. We just don't have that.
Yeah, and we got to move on.
Yeah, like
we got to move on.
We have to go to work the next day.
Yeah.
We don't have time to then in turn go back and see. Like we just don't have that kind of time.
Right.
Of course, there's things we missed. Of course, I'll say me. Of course, there's things I missed. Of course, there's things I don't understand. Of course, people are gonna want to fight and get mad, and that's And that's totally cool.
But I would challenge them to show me where in the movie all of what they're saying is, because I still think a lot of it is inferred. I don't think a lot of it is actually in the movie. I'm like, where is all this character development that you're talking about? Because I don't see any of it in this movie. There's not enough time for any of it in the movie.
Camille Nanjiani.
Oh, he was
Loved
hilarious.
Him.
Hilarious.
Can't believe I got this far without mentioning him.
I know.
Yeah. He was
Kingo.
fun.
I think Kingo is.
But I would have loved to see him there for the big battle. I would have loved to see his powers represented there. Well, it makes sense that he didn't want to fight his family and he needed to go.
Yeah,
it's a superhero movie. I want to see the big bad throwdown. That's what I'm there for.
I know.
That's the comic book fan nerd in me.
Yeah.
The other side of me is like, all right, I kind of get what he did. I kind of understood, again, his conflict.
You're right.
With hey, we're here to do a job, and this is why we're here. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to kill you guys to fulfill that purpose, so I'm just not going to be involved at all. I get that.
Sure.
I understand what his struggle was. I understood everybody's struggle to some degree and why everybody did what they did.
Yeah. But it's not really developed.
I would love to see Camille there at the battle kicking shit on the beach.
I know.
That would have been awesome to me.
Yeah. I mean, again, even you explaining him, it's like, yeah, but was that really obvious? I mean,
maybe.
I don't know. I don't feel like because if you don't develop any of these characters and then they make decisions like that, then you just think they're stupid.
And then again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not what his inner struggle was.
Maybe not.
To me, the way he explained it is hey, guys, we're here to do this.
Right.
But I don't want to hurt you, so I just won't be involved at all. And I'm like, okay.
Well,
cool.
and again,
what he's doing.
And I get he's following someone he thinks is a leader his whole life, and then that leader is doing some questionable shit, and you're like, oh man, do I continue to follow this guy?
Yeah.
I promised to follow him till death, and now I'm actually conflicted with my personal belief system and what he is saying I should do.
Yeah,
I get that, but I'm explaining it more than what the movie is.
Exactly.
Right? It's I don't think it's fair for anyone to be like, no, it goes deeper than that, man. It's way deep.
It may, like I said, maybe someone that saw it 6 times already.
Maybe, but I still think that they're inferring a lot. I still don't think that in 2 hours and 40 minutes
that they were able to uncover all that.
Especially when there's still an ending to this movie. There's still a post-credit scene to this movie. There's still an end-credit scene to this movie.
There's so much to it. And again, it was grand. It was huge. It was exciting. I liked it right from the start.
Yeah.
It kind of got the whole Star Wars lettering thing. I was locked in and ready, and I was excited.
Yeah. It was well done.
The movie, like I said, it looked great.
Yeah.
You got an awesome cast. You had all these things that made the movie great, better than the whatever percentage it is that the world is talking about.
I will say that for sure.
It's
like a 40-something%.
40. The movie's not.
The movie's
40.
way. Yeah.
If you look at just the grand scale of 0 to 100%, the movie's not a 48%.
Right.
It's not.
It's not. I agree.
I was just.
It is much higher.
I would have liked to have been more invested in it.
Yeah.
And I just personally don't felt like there was enough reason behind me being invested, and I should have been able to come across that conclusion after one watch.
Absolutely.
I should have been able to walk out of that movie and been like, what's next?
Yes, absolutely.
I
agree.
am ready. Because I think every Marvel movie before, for the most part, I'm like, let's get the sequel going.
Right, I agree with you.
Let's see what our heroes are going to get mess into next. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I was always ready.
Well, so speaking of rating this movie, out of 10, what are you going to rate this movie?
That's hard.
We agree it's not a 47 or 48 or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm just going
so it's not a 4.
No, it's not a 4. It's not a. What did I say? I said a 7 initially.
I think so, something like that. I said
a 6.
Yeah,
like a 6.5.
6.5.
I would say 6.5. It sounded like I was. Maybe to some people, like I was drilling this movie and ringing it up. I wasn't, because there was a lot to love about this movie.
Right, and I think
it didn't have that effect on me.
And I think what we have an issue with is that we wanted more. And so the movie obviously did something right because we want more of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I agree. I don't think you can say that this movie is bad if while you were watching it, you were like, man, what I saw was so interesting. It was so intriguing that I wish I had more of it.
I would love more Salma Hayek. I would have loved more Angelina Jolie.
So when I walked out of the theater, I was like, man, I think it's like a 5.5. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think I'm going to put it at a 6, at a solid 6. And again, just because it was rushed. Like, I just don't think a movie was the right place for it. I think a lot of it is interesting, but I don't think you can say that it was a good story.
Yeah. And the more I think about it, it's not bad, it's not good. It's just like a movie I went to see this year.
And that's a bummer though.
It's but I really don't.
It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, this movie should have been on the scale that it was originally intended to be on. Yes, you should see it in theaters.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see it. Maybe again at some point, and maybe see those things I haven't seen.
Maybe.
And I do think, for me personally, I do think I should give it that second watch. Yeah. Whether it's at the theater, whether it probably won't be at the theater.
When it hits Disney Plus.
It'll be at home.
Yeah.
I'll gladly, again, just me
240 is hard.
It's hard for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's
hard. I will gladly bite that off and chew it again 100% to give it that time.
I mean, no. That's a tough one.
I think it does deserve that. But at this moment, with other movies that I've seen this year,
you're like,
I'm okay with
good.
I'm okay with the one-time view. I'm okay with what people said positively, negatively. I like that people were refreshed and rejuvenated after watching it. And I was understanding with people that were super angry and more mad than I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad.
Absolutely.
I'm glad this movie was all over, because all that does is it leaves the discussion wide open.
Yeah. And that's
for the next 6 months.
That's true.
And that's exciting for film fans and people to have something kind of new, and not everybody just all agreed it was awesome.
That's true. And
so if everyone agreed it was the greatest thing, then the conversation's over. We'll see the sequel when it comes out.
That's a great point. I think if anything, it does start a conversation, especially when you have polarizing, anytime you have critic reviews that are different than audience, review scores, it does create a pretty good conversation. And there's definitely some people out there that are trashing this movie.
And that's not fair.
And it's not, and there's just no way.
That's not
because it's okay that it's different.
It should be.
Nothing.
It deserves. It built to be different.
I was never upset at this movie for being different than other Marvel movies.
No, that's what made it exciting.
And I agree. It was fresh, and I actually enjoyed that quite a bit. And I would never knock points off because it wasn't like another Marvel movie.
Iron Man.
Whatever. And that's a ridiculous reason to trash talk this movie. For me, it was honestly just rushed. But I wish I hope we get more of some of these characters. I just wish we got them.
I just wish we did it now. And I will say this. This will be my closing argument.
All right.
Is if there's a sequel, which I'm sure there has to be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go watch it.
I'm there.
I'm gonna go watch it.
I agree.
I'm gonna see what these heroes continue to do. Again, I know that's contradicting what I said earlier. Where I was like, I don't care. At the moment, we
don't care about the characters, but
I really don't.
But we want the story. We want it to succeed. Yeah.
One quick note. Harry Styles, MCU.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what to think about that.
I don't either. I don't know Thanos' brother. He's a lover, not a fighter.
Apparently, he's done some adult stuff in the comics. Playboy.
Yep.
He's a playboy. I guess him and Gamora.
There's some.
Did the old.
Did the old nasty?
Did the old dirty butt? I don't know. I don't know what aliens. I don't know what aliens call it. I guess they spent some time.
No, there's some definitely. Yeah, there's some. And you know what? I actually didn't understand. So like the whole celestial conversation, which actually it brought up a lot of points with like Thanos and why he was powerful, and then his brother. I forget his name. It's like a
Foxtrot.
I don't know. He's so there's some very powerful being or very powerful things out there.
What I understood today is Thanos' parents are celestials.
Yeah, Thanos is a celestial. Yeah. So
and again, that's all like
cool.
Fun and exciting.
It's like an interesting.
I don't know anything about it. I have no idea, so I don't want to speak too much.
Pip the Troll, I don't know anything about, and
Harry Styles came in at the end, and I was not expecting that.
And I'm for it if he does a good job.
Bother me.
I'm for it.
No casting will ever bother me if the person does a good job.
Yeah. So
look at all the people over time that were like, "This is awful." Just let him do it.
Let him do it and see what happens.
Here, it's not going to change anything.
Yeah, he did just fine. He did way better than I thought he would just by singing. So let him go. Let him do it. Yeah. And then the end credit scene.
The end.
I think we can both agree we had no idea what the hell.
Zero idea.
We left the theater like. Okay.
Yeah, why do I?
And again, but this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, why do I have to go home and research it?
Yeah.
So that it can mean something. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't have to do that.
I had zero idea.
Wow. Zero.
What was the giveaway? The sword? Like I should have automatically known by the sword?
I guess. Like and I don't know how you make that scene mean something to everybody without someone know, but it was like a deep
But what do you
cut.
think?
It was like
out of 10 people, how many people do you think knew that it was?
No,
Blade?
I think zero. I think if you pulled 10 people out of that theater,
do you know who that was?
Then zero of them would have known who it was. I think if you pulled 1,000 people, you might get one or two. But I think if you pulled 10, zero people would have known that it was Blade.
I mean, that's cool. Like that's again.
But
it took me 5 days to find. Like,
I had to go through everybody's
review to.
I had to figure it out.
Yeah,
I had to go do homework so I can understand the end credit scene.
Yeah,
and but that
again for both of them though.
Right.
Because I didn't know who anybody was. And that's so scary for me going forward.
Yeah, because it's going to be a lot of that.
It's all that.
It's going to be a lot of that.
All the characters that we love and care about and want to see aren't there anymore.
I just think that we don't need end credit scenes if you're going to do that, though. It's such a deep cut that we like. If people are not getting anything out of it, don't do that.
I don't want to start this rabbit hole. I really don't.
I know.
But I'm like.
Yeah.
Why do I care about Thanos? I'm not that. I said it before. I love comic book movies. I love it all.
Yeah, but
I don't give a shit about Thanos' brother.
Yeah.
Why do I care?
And the thing is, you don't care enough to put him in a mid-credit scene.
It's
like he's not a reveal.
I just don't understand.
He's not a reveal. For most people, he is not a reveal. For the majority of people, the Blade entrance meant nothing.
It meant nothing, but like I am excited for Blade because I know who Blade is.
Yeah, but
Blade's
we
not
don't know
some
that.
just guy they picked and was like, oh well, let's do this guy now because we're running out of things.
But again, we can go back to be like, but there's probably 100 more heroes they could pick before we get to Thanos' brother.
Yeah,
yeah,
like I said, we don't have time to go down this rabbit hole.
I know, but
it's
think
tough for me personally. It's the only way I can speak is to get excited for anything that's coming up.
Yeah, but if they're gonna keep doing this, like I might walk out of the theater and just look up the end credit scene later. Yeah. Like I'm not gonna sit there if I'm not gonna understand what's gonna happen. Yeah, like okay, here's a good example. An end credit scene like Venom means something, right?
Yeah, that means
the Venom end credit scene means a lot.
Yeah, which was already dubbed one of the best end credit scenes of any Marvel property that they've ever done.
You're directly relating it to something that's current. Mm-hmm. And it's like I don't know, like you're not setting up something that one person out of 1,000 is going to understand.
Everybody understood it.
Everybody understands what the Venom end credit scene meant. That's what you need to put at the end of your movie, not a super deep cut of Blade sword, or the sword itself means a lot. The sword itself has like a whole aside from the Blade reference, the sword itself is
again,
like
how much research did you have to do to know that? I had to sit there and read read half of a comic book to be this sword can.
I had to do some homework.
This sword can cut
I don't want to it's like the most powerful weapon that has ever been created.
Yeah.
And But you don't know that
I
from
didn't know that.
yeah.
No, I had to come home and stay up all night to figure that out.
So yeah, so that's that part.
We'll
but
see.
you know what? It's just a good example of the whole movie. I'm just
Yeah.
like, it was a lot of like, we're showing you stuff, and you're like, that means nothing to me.
Yeah.
And so,
I'll like I said, 6.5.
Yeah.
I will give it another watch when the time is
I
right.
respect it.
So we'll see
right.
where it goes.
My goodness, I'm
I'm
so heated.
I started getting mad again.
I'm so heated.
And I try not to because a lot of people gave me shit like, you're Marvel this and that, and you don't.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah,
I'm tired of it. I want people, again, I want people to explain.
I would love somebody to
why things mean
but
more to them.
Yeah.
You know. But
oh well.
Anyway,
What
Eternals 6.
6.5 for a good old
All right.
diggity D.
Moving on. And you know what's sad about moving?
And another thing.
Another thing. You know what really grinds my gears? Is that the next movie that we're going to talk about didn't sit any better with me.
Okay. I'll let you take the lead on that.
All right.
Another one we both saw. We can only talk about movies we've both seen.
Yeah. So, a movie that came out this past weekend, actually, right?
One of the biggest openings.
The biggest.
The biggest?
The biggest Netflix
okay.
opening of in a movie of all time. The biggest Netflix movie.
So number one.
Number one, Red Notice.
Okay.
Now, why was it big? Why was it number one?
Just the cast.
Because the cast.
Just the cast.
Because of the cast.
That's the only reason.
It's the only reason why people watched it.
Yep.
Okay.
It's the only reason I watched it.
That's the only reason I watched it.
Only reason.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I
the
wasn't.
The only reason I watched it was for Gal Gadot.
I know. She's, you know what? Okay. All jokes aside. All right. Yes, she's beautiful. I actually liked her the most in this movie. I don't know why. The way she was acting.
I'll tell you why I did.
The way she was acting, I was like, oh, that's actually, and maybe because she doesn't have like a Ryan Reynolds like shtick, right? Like Ryan Reynolds
is
Ryan Reynolds in these movies, right? And I feel like Gal Gadot is like she was acting. Yes, she was actually acting in this movie, yes. And I was like, oh, every time she was on the screen, I was like, oh, I appreciate what she's doing.
Good job. Like she was like the right amount of like not evil.
Right, but like conniving, just like manipulative, just like
She played the character exactly how I would expect the world's biggest art thief to act.
Yeah, and I was there for it though.
Not a real like devious type of person, just like a real clever person. She was really clever.
And I enjoyed it. And of course, you're always the whole movie you're kind of like, what? How does she do that? How does she know? So I'm gonna.
Go ahead. Take the lead.
So I'm gonna sum up this movie with one word.
Whoa.
One word. Okay, and that word is silly.
Okay. This
movie was silly. And some people like silly. Mm-hmm. I think some people are here for silly. And you know what? It was silly, made it a feel good movie. It was just like it wasn't crazy, right? Like you're not like scared, you're not like, oh my God, like you're not anxious, you're just like watching it and you're just like kind of cracking a smile every now and then. You get through it and you're like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
But man, it was silly. And I don't know. I just like, I was not there for it.
Okay.
I know some people like it, but
a lot of people liked it.
And I am not like, I was not on board for the silliness. Sometimes maybe, but I just didn't like it. I thought it was too much.
Okay.
Now, the Ryan Reynolds stuff did make me laugh sometimes. I do like Dwayne Johnson and Ryan Reynolds together. I think it's funny. But again, we can make the same arguments. I don't even remember his name. I don't remember either of their names. Is it Cliff?
Was it Cliff? Ryan Reynolds?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea because I don't know that it actually matters, is my point. I don't know that their character names or anything about them actually
Cliff
matter.
And the Bishop is all. I don't remember.
The Bishop, yeah. But, and what's Dwayne Johnson's name? He's Agent something. I don't think that they cared either. I don't think that they cared that. And so
you think they just all got a big payday and just did it? Yeah. Just like knock this movie out in a couple hours.
I think
just come in, film, and then you guys get to go home.
I think they knew what they were making. I think that they understood that they were kind of making a silly movie. Yeah. What kind of makes me put my foot in my mouth is that we had so this is a heist movie, right? This is like a movie about like someone trying to steal, like they keep trying to steal stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. And we had just seen a heist movie, Army of Thieves.
Yep.
Right? And I was kind of saying like, man, there's a lot of cliches in this movie. And I was like, this movie did the same damn thing.
Yeah.
It did the same damn thing.
I noticed that during the movie. I was like, I wonder if Sam's going to see this.
Yes. And I was like, seriously? You did the same thing. You told me what you were going to do. And then you did it. Mm-hmm. And okay. All right. Like, I understand in a heist movie, like that's how you get the audience involved. But I'm just like, man, I just wish someone would do something different. Because I'm like, I just saw that movie on your platform 2 weeks ago.
With different actors.
Just different actors, but the same movie. Yeah. I just saw it.
That's exactly what it was.
And I was like, wow, okay. Mm-hmm. I can't believe that. But I liked Army of Thieves more than I liked Red Notice. And I think a lot of it was probably the acting. Mm-hmm. Again, because I just feel like these guys just like showed up. But I'm like, really? You guys just like showed up and you said some lines and you did it and then you went home. I didn't laugh as much as I was hoping. I chuckled out loud. The twist at the end, and the whole time I'm watching the movie, right? And we see Dwayne Johnson and Ryan Reynolds, and I'm like, all right, you know what I would have done? This is like when I was watching the movie, I was literally thinking this in my head. I was like, you know what I would have done? I would have swapped out Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot. I would have actually had Dwayne Johnson and her team up against Ryan Reynolds. And so I was like, why didn't they do that? I'm like, really? Like I would have done that. Like I would have made the dynamic duo like them two. And then you realize at the end why. Yeah. Because they're actually together.
They went for the buddy cop type of situation.
Yeah.
For the twist.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay. Like I get like the whole reason. The reason why I didn't like it is because it seems now like if you go back and watch the movie, a lot of things that they're doing is just catering to the fact that they want to reveal this twist at the end.
Yeah. And which if they go and explain in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, well, when did that happen? Well, I'll tell you when
exactly.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm like, but if you just take away that twist, like make it a straight movie.
Yeah.
Take away the twist, switch Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot, and then I would say that movie, I bet you money would have been better.
Better.
Much better.
Okay.
And then
that's fair. That's fair.
And then we definitely can't talk about this movie without the Ed Sheeran.
Yo, cameo. I lost my whole mind.
That was so random.
Literally, jaw dropped.
Like, is that Ed Sheeran? Yes, it is. Yes, it is Ed Sheeran.
Why? No idea. Not that I didn't like it. I was all cool. Yo, he picked up the guitar. I was like, yo, we're going to see Ed Sheeran action scene right now?
I know.
He's just like boom. I was like, is that really going to happen?
Yeah. I did laugh when he was like, but how was it Game of Thrones?
I thought it was funny. But I'm like, it didn't make the movie any better.
The movie is filled with like that stuff. But I also
love Ed Sheeran. Like, I love him. Yeah. The guy's awesome.
Yeah.
It was just so crazy
it was random.
Never would have.
No.
You could have said, I'll give you $100 million if you tell me
guess this cameo.
Which singer is going to be in this movie.
Yeah.
No. I'd have probably guessed a rapper or something. Like something.
I mean, it's cool.
For other people before.
Ed Sheeran's got a fire album out right now.
Yes.
So I'm like, good for him. Good for that guy.
But that's like a favor to somebody on the crew. It's like, dude, just real quick.
But the movie, that's what like the movie is filled with just like moments.
Quick, my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, what would be weird, crazy, or cool? Let's do that.
Yeah.
A rocket through the helicopter? Really? Maybe in another movie. But in this movie, it's silly.
The whole movie was
it's silly.
The only one I really liked was the jail when they were having.
Oh, and he's like, "Don't do that." He's like, "Don't."
And then he's
stop
like,
it.
My friend is not a cop.
Yeah.
don't think he is because he's not.
Yeah, but it's
like,
yeah.
So like I mean, this movie is perfect for Netflix.
Oh yeah.
It's like it belongs on
Oh
Netflix.
my gosh.
This is where it needs to be.
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds, Dwayne Johnson, biggest stars in the world right now.
Pretty big. Pretty big. Well, Dwayne Johnson for sure is the biggest star in the world right now.
And Ryan Reynolds just plays Ryan Reynolds and everything. Like he doesn't act; he just reads the script, and that's how he is.
Yeah, his voice sounds like that all the time.
His voice sounds like that all the time.
Even when he's
all
like
those jokes.
Even like the daytime, like the news, like when he does interviews, like it's still him.
Yeah,
like it's still the same.
Good Morning America. Like
it's still the same guy.
Doesn't change.
Yeah.
Even a little bit.
Yeah, it's the same guy that I just saw in the movie.
For any movie I've ever watched going back far.
Yeah.
It's the same. And that's not a bad thing. That's just how Ryan Reynolds is.
Right. There are movies where he acts, but his money maker is
when he's being himself.
Yeah. Agree.
This movie belongs on Netflix.
I know.
It was fine.
I know.
It wasn't anything special. Don't know that I could recommend it to somebody. It's a Friday night. Like this is what you would have picked up at Hastings back in the day.
Yeah, Had
you gone to Hastings, Blockbuster,
yeah,
whatever, and there's that whole section I remember in the stores of new releases, and you saw these three on the cover.
You're
renting that movie.
Let me grab that.
You're renting that movie. Yeah, that's exactly what this movie is.
This movie actually does remind me a lot of like a movie that, again, back in the day, that like a network would have picked up, so that when you're flipping through the channels, you like stumble upon it halfway and you can just like let it play.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to watch this movie because it doesn't take itself seriously, so you don't take it seriously. And
that's what's fine. It's like this movie wasn't marketed as like a big action.
No.
Like blah, blah, blah. It was there's marketing for it everywhere. So it's like we all knew about it.
Right.
Everybody that's gonna want to see it has probably already seen it, and other people will just come across it.
Yeah, and again, like if it's, but I wonder how many people are gonna turn it on again. Like I wonder if it's gonna if someone's gonna be like, I want to know who's,
and that's cool. Like,
is it someone's favorite movie though? Is it like someone's favorite movie? That's what I want to know.
I mean, it's like to me not.
And this is what's weird is like, okay, so I give this movie a 6 as well.
Okay.
So I'm like, this movie is a 6 for me because again, I understand some people can enjoy it, and I did laugh.
Enjoyment in
like I want to give this movie credit where credit's due because I did smile, I did laugh, I did have some moments where it was fun. I just again thought it was silly, but I just gave Eternals a 6 as well, and I could understand why Eternals would be someone's favorite movie. And I cannot understand why this movie would be anyone's favorite movie.
Gal Gadot.
I know. I mean,
scene stealer.
Yeah, but she did a really good job.
She did.
She did a good job.
She was a convincing criminal.
Yeah.
She was a convincing international criminal.
Yeah. I agree.
But a lot of this stuff was just predictable when they were going through the underground tomb. Like I knew she was going to show up.
Yeah.
Of course she was going to show up.
Of course. Well,
guess what?
Now we know why.
Guess who I knew was right behind her? The Interpol lady following him around the entire movie.
God.
Just like an Army of Thieves.
I know!
Just like an Army of Thieves.
Oh my God.
You got the crew.
I'm like,
the guy
seriously?
chasing up, and then Interpol right behind him.
I couldn't believe what I was watching, though.
Exactly word for word.
I was like, really? Mm-hmm. The same movie, huh? Like, you guys just released this movie 2 weeks ago, though. Except you put a German guy in the front.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't, it blew my mind.
But that's what was like the bummer of it. I was like, I wonder when she's going to get here.
Yeah, because you knew.
Oh, still not here yet? Come on, they're already at the end.
Yeah, and there she is.
Oh, they discovered this car. I wonder how they're going to get out of here. Mm-hmm. Let's take that car right there. Oh, yeah, I know. I knew when you pulled the cover off that's how you were getting out of here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, come on.
MacGuffin.
Yeah. What is happening?
Again,
great Friday night movie, popcorn, get the whole fam, watch it, whatever.
I mean, it's a paint by numbers movie.
Yeah. But I mean, biggest opening, like good.
Cool. Congratulations, Red Notice.
I'm gonna get a sequel.
I don't want a sequel,
but sure set it up that way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Left it that way.
But I don't need it.
Don't need it. Don't want it.
Yeah. Like, it's a good like heist-ish like movie. It's National Treasure.
National Treasure is great. All of them. I liked all of them.
I should go back and watch it and see if it's like the same level of silliness. Maybe Nicolas Cage is the one that sells it all for me.
But that one was like actually interesting.
I know.
That one like actually had elements in it. I'm like I gotta Google that. Is this like a real piece of art?
Yeah, you're like, what are they doing? But it made it fun to watch. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's the same cliche. Like, I don't know if it's if it has the same cliches and if it does all that. And maybe the reason I know so much about these other movies is because I saw a bunch of heist movies and all did it back then, and they're just being redone now. But I feel like that would have been a better version.
To this movie that you would put ahead of it? Like, not Army of Thieves, just something else. Like,
I know, I'm like, the movie I saw 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't know, like a heist movie. I mean, you could think. I mean, there's like Academy Award like heist movies. I mean,
that's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah, like what is it? Inside Job, I think, is one that is like an awesome. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know what? Ocean's 11, is like a fun. Again, like you could even say that's cliche, but it's just if they do it in a fun way, it can be really enjoyable. And you can easily say Ocean's 11 is a better movie than this one.
Yeah. And there's a lot of movies better than this one.
Yeah.
Not the best, not the worst, just middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Normal. Probably 6. Probably near the bottom.
Yeah.
Going through my list, I got a list of stuff. It's probably near the bottom.
I was trying to make a list. So after you, I made my list, right? And I sent it to you. I did forget one, actually.
Gunpowder Milkshake?
No, I put it on there.
Did you? Oh.
I think so. But I tried to do a list of TV shows that I saw this year too, and I actually got quite a bit as well. But that's
way smaller.
That's harder because there's 1,000 of them, and like if I do a top 10, like a top 10 movie list for me, I would argue that if I gave that top 10 movie list to a random stranger, that they would also enjoy those movies.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, this is a top 10, but these are good movies. Like I promise you, these are good movies. So you're not going to hate them. You may not love them as much as I did, but you're not going to hate these movies. Yeah. With a TV show, that's a lot harder, I think. If I gave you a top 10 list, because I'm only watching a certain number of TV shows and there's 1,000 going on that I'm not watching. So someone could be like, oh, well, I didn't like that one because I'm watching this other amazing show that's better than that. Yeah. And I'd be like, oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. And I'm like,
TV shows
is hard. It's hard. It's a hard list.
Yeah.
I have like 30.
And were they all 2021 shows? Okay. See, that's what I couldn't do.
Yeah. They're all 2021 shows. I have one that was December 2020 that I saw in January because it came out Christmas.
Yeah.
So I saw it. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, close enough. See, I couldn't do because I think maybe I've seen 5 or 6.
That came out in 2021?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. I know.
Yeah, I haven't seen over 10 shows that are new to 2021.
No, they're not new. No.
But like have had new episodes.
Yeah. Like if a season came out and finished in 2021.
I still don't.
That's what I did. Yeah.
I think I don't know, maybe 5 shows.
I did miniseries too. I didn't do reality documentaries or stand-ups, but I did like series.
That would be tough.
Miniseries.
But speaking of TV shows,
what's up?
Disney Plus Day.
Oh man, what'd you think? Did anything excite you coming out of Disney Plus Day?
So I'm for sure gonna get canceled.
After this next sentence?
After this whole episode.
Oh, yeah. We've been canceled.
Yeah,
I think.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Fucking nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing.
That's what I expected.
Absolutely worthless day.
Yeah.
Disney Plus Day, worthless day.
I'm trying to think of what was the big...
Did I miss something? Was I not watching the same program that everybody else was watching?
Was Obi-Wan on Disney Plus Day?
No, they released images of it.
Yeah, but there's an actual trailer, isn't there? There's like an actual...
Not that I'm aware of. Because I feel like the whole world will be talking about it. I would have seen it. Somebody would have said something. Was there anything that came out of Disney Plus Day that we didn't know about already that was groundbreaking, life-changing for Disney Plus?
That would make you want to subscribe to it?
Would make you say, like, oh, honey, we got to get Disney Plus. This is coming out next year.
No.
What was the point?
No. Yeah.
To get, to get images? To get show titles?
It was like DC fandom all over again.
That was your big day?
Yeah.
Moon Knight. We got a new logo.
There is a Moon Knight trailer.
Yeah, I don't give a
teaser.
Shit about your TV logos.
I know.
That's going to get you subscribers?
What about She-Hulk?
No, I already knew about She-Hulk. Everything I already knew about Pinocchio and She-Hulk.
What about the trailer?
And Invasions. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing was new or exciting. It was nothing. It was nothing day.
I'm trying to dang.
It was nothing.
It was nothing
day.
plus day.
Where's all the Star Wars stuff?
But they released Star Wars stuff before like Disney Plus Day, which was odd. Because they were like, it felt like they were treating Star Wars differently. And maybe because Star Wars has its own deal.
Star Wars, something is happening. It just has to be.
Yeah.
So if I missed something, I watched the wrong program. There's a trailer I didn't see.
I don't think
Baymax,
so.
Super funny. I love Baymax.
Yeah.
Love Baymax. Cool. Like, awesome.
Yeah, but not enough to carry the network,
like,
the streaming.
I thought the point of it was to have an announcement or something that's people like, yo, I got to subscribe. I got to see that. I got to see that right now. That's crazy.
I see what you're saying.
There's not a show coming up other than Moon Knight that I have any interest in putting my time into.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, yes. Again, we've seen trailers. That's been announced.
So you were upset. Okay, so I think I'm on the same page now.
I thought there was going to be something
new
in 2022, June 2022.
That you knew nothing about beforehand.
I knew nothing about. I didn't know what was going to happen.
Okay.
Just like Falcon Winter Soldier, WandaVision,
right?
Like all these big shows,
right?
Again, you're getting into territory that I don't care about.
Yeah, and that's tough.
Hawkeye's awesome. WandaVision's awesome. Falcon, like those are all people and things I care about.
Yeah,
and I watched their shows, and they were great shows. I had fun.
But
I don't care about Ironheart. I don't care about She-Hulk. I barely care about Moon Knight. And the only reason I do is because of Oscar Isaac.
I know.
So there's 99 other actors out there that if they would have been cast, I probably wouldn't care either.
That's true. That's a really good point. Yeah.
Like there's just why do I need to care about this? Do you know how many Marvel shows there are? You're going to expect me to watch all of them? I got things I got to do.
I know.
I got friends. I got family. I got to be places. I got to go to work.
Like I can't, but
I can't watch all these shows.
And if they're gonna pull you in, they better be good.
And they better be fantastic.
But there's nothing that
there's not a single thing other than Hawkeye, which has already been announced. People have already seen it.
Yeah.
People are ready to go. There's not one in Obi-Wan. Yes, maybe.
I know. I really am excited.
I still haven't watched Mandalorian, so let's like.
Oh, you need to get on that.
I need to get on that. But they made that interesting and made me want to care.
I know, but you're right. There's
not one single thing that came out of Disney Plus Day that I got on. I was like, dude, did you see this? That was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, look at this, man.
It was
awesome.
It was lacking that wow factor.
We got
for sure.
logos. We got updated logos. That's
and
what
pictures
you had for the biggest company on the planet.
It's
and there's also something going on with Star Wars. I don't know what it is, but something is.
As
you
a
got
Bruin
a lot of
or what?
Stuff that's done and like ready to go and film, like, and you didn't show like any of that.
Yeah, I mean, there's there is stuff that's
like
filming.
Yeah, and like you could have done something.
That's why I'm like, they must be waiting for Star Wars Day or something. Like maybe Disney Plus Day is.
I'm
not
done
the
with
day.
these days. I'm done with them.
I know.
Done.
Yeah.
Really.
Stop having these events for everything.
Yeah. You what like
we didn't do that before. Just give us the news.
Give us some trailer. Like I don't know. And again,
be normal about it.
Let me know. Let me know what I missed.
I agree with you. I don't think I wasn't totally sure what you were talking about, but now I'm with it. You are upset. Nothing new, nothing great, nothing wow came out of there, and it wasn't. It was a Disney Plus update. It was just like, we're gonna update you on what's going on in the Disney Plus world. It wasn't Disney Plus. Come check us out. Look at all this crazy new stuff that you've never heard of before. It was just like, hey, We're just like, we told you about this stuff before. We're just going to tell you where we are right now.
Yeah.
And, we're still doing them. And here's an update.
Mm-hmm.
And we got some footage of we got some teasers. Here's some footage. Here's some pictures. Just so you know that we are working on it.
Yeah.
And it was sort of like flat. It was just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
again,
it wasn't anything.
I didn't understand what the point of it was.
I think it was just to like say, hey, we're doing stuff.
But I already know. You already told me.
I mean, then they are in trouble because they're not holding on to subscribers, and they're not.
And guess what? I only have Disney Plus because I don't pay for it.
I know.
If I had to pay,
I think a lot of people are like
$10.99 for it, I wouldn't pay for it.
I think a lot of people are like that because most of the time I'm not tuning into Disney Plus.
Guess what? I already have all the movies that I want to watch on Disney Plus sitting on my shelf.
Right.
So
I don't need.
I have a hard copy of it.
I know, and I don't need.
The Chris Hemsworth thing looked super cool. I'm very curious.
Yeah, the National Geographic stuff
like,
is
super
interesting. Yeah, Limitless.
But like
something.
that was the biggest thing that got me going on Disney Plus Day.
Yeah, your reality TV show with Chris Hemsworth, which
what?
I'm just like, I was like, oh man, that's cool. He's all crying and stuff.
Yeah, like I'm
Oh
excited.
my god, and I'm like, I'll watch that.
I want to know what that's
I'll watch
about.
that.
What is that about?
Yeah, I agree.
But
it was
all these upcoming
tough.
Disney shows.
Yeah.
I just don't care. I don't care about Ironheart. I don't care about Secret Invasion. I don't care about She-Hulk. I don't care about
Miss Marvel.
I don't care about any of these.
I mean, again, you said it before. It's too much. I can't be a deep cut Star Wars fan. I can't be a deep cut Marvel fan. I can't be a deep cut Disney fan in general, right? Like it's too many things. Like I can pick one and go all in on it.
Yeah.
100%. Or I can just do the main stuff from all of them.
Yeah.
The
movies.
Yeah, but I can't do all of your shows for all of your things all the time.
It's at the point now where I've felt this way for a while. You probably go back to an old episode where I said, you're just shoving things in my face now.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
You are.
And the quality is questionable, right? Like you're like
shoving things into my face and onto my screen.
Yeah.
And guess what? I'm less and less and less and less and less interested every single day. And I was so excited for Disney Plus Day because I thought maybe I'll be rejuvenated and excited again.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Like, shit, man. I was being too hard on these guys. They got some stuff coming up, and I'm ready for it, and I'm all about it. And I got less interested, and I cared less after Disney Plus Day.
Because it's not clear what you're supposed to care about is the issue.
I don't. Again, now I gotta.
What do they want me to invest my time in? Like, what
are these shows all connected? Are they in the same thing? Like,
I just don't know what. Like, they are smart people. They know that we're not going to watch everything, right? So they know that there's Star Wars fans, and there's Marvel fans, and then they cross over, and then there's a lot of kid stuff on there that comes out, and we got to deal with that with the family stuff. Yeah, the kid stuff is awesome.
Love it.
And like clearly, like someone's not just watching.
Why did I get a trailer for Sneakerella and not Obi-Wan?
But there was some Obi-Wan something. I'm pretty sure.
But I want I want a reason to be excited about it.
Yeah. Sneakerella, man. That kills me.
That's the trailer. You gave me a Sneakerella trailer?
Oh, my God.
That's what's
Why would you do that?
What's going to get people to go subscribe to your service?
Right. But, okay, that's my point. What, like, you have an audience, right? Like, what audience are you going after with Disney Plus today?
They ain't going after me.
Because if you're showing Sneakerella and you're showing us She-Hulk, like, that's not your same audience. That's not the people. Those two people don't care about the same thing. Sneakerella, Baymax, Miss Marvel. Like, those are not the same. Like, the person that's watching this that will watch Baymax, but the majority of people watching Baymax is family.
Yeah.
That's who your audience is for that.
Baymax is awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I've never turned off a 2.5 minute trailer in my life, and I turned off the trailer for Sneakerella because it wasn't worth 2.5 minutes of my life to continue watching that. It was not.
Again, I don't know. I don't think that they understand like what they're supposed to be. Like when you watched kids shows when you were younger and you had it and you were on Nickelodeon watching.
I'm gonna remember that. Keep going.
That you're watching Nickelodeon, the only thing you would see is stuff that was for you while you were watching Nickelodeon, right? You're not watching something. You're not watching Nickelodeon, and then you get a trailer for something on another network that's not for kids.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what I'm sort of talking about. Like it's too broad. It's like so much that like where do you want me to be? Because it's instead of a Disney Plus day, like it's just again like just cater to the people that you know are going to be interested in that thing.
Yeah.
We don't need a Disney Plus day.
It brought nothing.
Yeah.
It literally made me less excited.
Yeah.
It would have been more benefit, and I probably shouldn't have watched it because I'm clearly not a fan and clearly don't care. I should have just not watched it at all.
Yeah, you're a Marvel hater.
And I would have felt the same.
You're a Disney hater now.
I'm a Disney.
You went straight to the top.
Yeah,
you're a
now I'm
Disney
now
hater.
I'm going to the big bosses, and apparently I hate everything. But they're going for a quantity over quality thing. They're just throwing everything that they possibly can. And to me, that doesn't work. That doesn't work for me. It may work for some other fans, and if it does, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have so much time on your hands that you can seriously watch every single piece of content that comes out. That's awesome. Guess what? I can't. Yeah. I can't do that.
But Disney is one. I mean, God, if I also did that with everything that came out on Netflix, I wouldn't have time.
Netflix, ESPN Plus.
So surely, like, there is definitely.
It's a lot, man. I can't.
Yeah. There's definitely going to be a point where they don't get the return on investment, and they'll have to chill.
If somebody saw something that is going to bring Disney Plus those subscribers, though, let me know what it was. I'm curious.
Yeah. See, that's what
is that thing?
I wish people would.
Yeah, I wish somebody would
sit me down
and have that conversation.
Give me the lecture.
And if I have a better understanding out of it, cool. That's awesome. I'm glad I now have the knowledge and the understanding. But I didn't see what it was.
I wish someone would.
But I'm all in on Hawkeye.
Yeah, me too.
But I've all been all in on Hawkeye since
it was announced.
Because I'm like, whoa, what's that going to be about? Let me watch that show.
Ever since we knew it was going to have, before it was Haley Steinfeld, but we knew that it was going to be Kate Bishop.
Yeah, I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was like, oh, cool. I'm all for that. And then it was Haley Steinfeld. And
then
I'm really in.
I'll pay $50 a month to watch that movie, to watch that show. Like, I'm all about it.
Right.
But they made it interesting enough and made it relevant. Again, it was announced with WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Like, it was announced with those shows.
Yeah. That's fine.
And I'm ready for it, though. I'm hearing good things.
Me too.
It's a nice little holiday.
I know. That's what I love about it.
Superhero holiday.
Can't wait.
A situation.
Christmas theme. I love it.
Let's go.
Love it.
But Disney Plus Day, sorry, not for me. DC fandom, again, also not for me.
Right.
These events that they're doing.
Yeah, they just need to.
I don't know. Are they bringing in viewers? Are they looking at the viewership and saying, wow, this is great. I'm glad we spent all this
That's what I'm saying.
Or did they be like, hey, 6 people watch this? Maybe
we're
not spending the right money in the right places to have these events.
Yes.
So
that's
who
what
knows?
It is. Or it doesn't cost them that much, and that's why.
Yeah, or it doesn't cost them anything, and
whatever.
And they
Either
get
way,
4 subscribers out of it. Then that's awesome for them.
Yeah, it's I was like, I can take it or leave it. I don't really care. I'm gonna watch all of these on YouTube later anyway.
Yeah,
and that's where I get most of my information. So
just a quick read. Hawkeye, though, I'm knocking them out as they come out.
Yeah, same here.
Is it gonna be my favorite of what I've seen? I don't know. Maybe. Again, I'm doing a lot.
Not looking bad.
I'm doing a lot of stuff now. Did I have fun? Was it entertaining?
Yes.
Did I want to watch the next episode? Do I want to rewatch them?
Yes.
And if it gives me that,
then that's all that
that's
matters.
fine. And Loki was story driven and deep and all this kind of stuff, and that's good for it. But if I have more fun with Hawkeye and I'm laughing and I'm having a good time, and I'm texting other people like, dude, that was like funny that they did that, like that's a cool nod, whatever. If I have that experience, it'll push it above these other shows.
Right. I agree.
Not because it's better or whatever, but because I had more fun with a Disney holiday Christmas superhero show.
Yeah.
And that maybe could make it the best out of the 4. And I hope it does.
I hope it does
and
too.
If not, then
it looks really
I'll
good.
give a ranking for the ones I like the most.
I know. I'll add it to my show list.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll reveal at the end.
I'm all ready for the the Hawkeye show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. All right, sir. I think that ends us here. We got some movies coming up. I don't know what I'm gonna get to see though. There's a lot coming out for Thanksgiving.
So real quick, Spider-Man trailer tomorrow.
Yes.
Is official.
I might hop on and do a little something for it.
Is official.
Yeah.
But now they're saying that tickets are gonna go on sale tomorrow.
There is a possibility.
I don't know.
They might wait.
Whole thing.
I
already told you my plan for tickets.
I know.
I'm not revealing my plan.
I'll try to keep my ear to the ground to let you know too. But I was listening to Grace Randolph and she was like, they could, because Sony might just throw their hands in the air and say just like whatever, just put them for sale, let them go. But it would be smart to wait if people are like, I can only buy one thing right now. Don't make them buy a ticket for Spider-Man and then they don't go and see Ghostbusters or they don't go see Resident Evil.
I think they're gonna do the tickets on sale now at the end of the trailer.
Yeah,
I just think it's part of the trailer.
I think that's a bad move.
I know. I just think it's what they're gonna.
You just got to be ready.
Yeah,
it's got to be ready. Okay, would be.
But I mean, I'm excited for it. I guess.
I'm hoping it says tickets on sale November 29th. Is what I'm hoping it's gonna say.
See, but then that's gonna. I don't. Yo, this is where the drama.
This is where it gets crazy. This is where the
drama gets hot.
Someone's gonna write about this later in history. It's gonna be in a history book.
Yeah, because it is going to break the internet, is the internet term we've used for so long about things that literally crash.
Yeah.
Everyone trying to buy a gaming console will crash the website, and that's what's going to happen with every website thing. People are going to have it on their phone, their computer, like
everywhere.
Trying to do it all at once. They're going to buy as many tickets as they possibly can.
Yeah. No publicity is bad publicity, I guess.
No. But I need to see some stuff.
We're going to be there.
Spider-Man.
All right. Yeah,
so we'll get it done.
Yeah. All right.
Wish us luck.
Later.